still has a monster wave clear and poke still. So yeah, it is still the same gameplay right here, but this time Rakan is gonna be helping the bird. So yeah, oh there it is. Ziggs is gonna be picked right here, and Boy J will go for the Jarvan 4.
Okay. I wonder which champion will go where for Lakan. You have Wukong. You also have J4. Maybe it's gonna be a Wukong jungle. And is this gonna be a okay, I thought it's gonna be a Lee Sin Baron Lane. Maybe. But it looks like it's gonna be a Baron Lane Riven. Unless Team Secret wants to pull something off from their summer season draft.
Sure. All right, so Boy J is gonna go for Jarvan 4. I think the plan right here is Jarvan 4 goes for initiation. Wukong can wait, Wukong and Jarvan 4. Jarvan 4 Baron Laner. All right, I see.
Yeah. J4
Right.
usually is the one in the Baron lane.
Yes.
Should be up against Lee Sin, Riven again. The question is still there. It will be up against a Riven. Tatsuri will still be using this Oriana. Dedenne now on the sticks. Lakan, they aim to finish the game as early as possible. If you can recall into game number
Right.
1, should they have closed the game out earlier, they could have won. No Tante on Wukong. Wow.
All right, I see. That's going to be very interesting. But Source Team Secret, you have the Lee Sin. You know that Lee Sin tend to fall off in the later parts of the game. So we're looking at Team Secret who really want to take over game number 1, especially that they already have a very strong DR lane. I guess Lee Sin is going to be balancing things out on the Baron lane. That's something that we want to, we are going to be expecting in this game as we warp into the rift.
Like the lovers, take our hands and then let's dive into the rift. This is game number 2, Team Secret versus LAKAN. Azar will just get a bit of a EXP there, the usual early game start here, and he will just go back to his lane. Tatsuri using now a different skin on this Oriana. That's the only difference in the mid lane now, aside from the side swap. But you have J4 as well as Wukong to get the buff, and Tatsuri being able to push the Dene back.
Yeah, they say that if you have a better skin, you play better. Let's see if Tatsuri will have a better impact in this game. It did have a very good impact in game number 1. Good sidestep right here by James. Good trades, but pretty even on the DR lane so far.
Yeah. And now, if you're going to look at the Dragon lane side, it will be James and Chewy being able to poke or push Corki and Braum back. This is the first time we're going to be seeing a Braum into the playoffs. I'm not sure how well he will perform given that the meta kind of favors enchanter support. He's going to try connecting. You have the shield being brought up by Arjuk. Unbreakable already down. Feather still on the ground. Be careful for the recall because you might get booted. Gatling gun is going to be used by Isen, but no one actually comes.
Yes, definitely. Still love pokes here on the bottom side. Yeah, LAKAN Esports does have to go aggressive here on the bottom lane because the early power spike of a Braum is something that you want to take advantage of. But Team Secret negating that properly right now. But somehow still 0-0 on the board. Rift Scuttlers though, one already on the Team Secret on the bottom lane. LAKAN is gonna go for the top side. Azar is here in the area going for the pincer play right here, but it's gonna be an escape for LAKAN Esports. Ham is still going in. That's not gonna be a very good position, so they're gonna be going back out.
Azar was able to cancel the recall from the Dene, which just delayed the possible snowball from Diggs, and Borgi was forced to use Flag and Jug just to get out of there. But if we're gonna look at the stats, Trevor usually gets his hand on the Rift Scuttler consistently. Sometimes he even gets through. So now on a Lee Sin, he still gets to have this very powerful start. Tante being able to use his clone. Azar still doesn't have his ultimate. The Captain connected on to 1, and that's the first ball going over to LAKAN Esports. Here comes Trevor with the possible revenge still, but will not fully commit.
LAKAN Esports takes 1 on the board, and as they take the first blood of the game. That's a good setup right there with the Jarvan 4 being able to finish things up. Cataclysm nowhere to go for Azar as he goes down already. 0-1, and it's 400, but here's a fight on the bottom side.
Woohoo! Grand entrance connecting on the 2, but there is no follow-up just yet, given that we need some more time to ramp up on damage. What it should do though is Isen just forcing back. You know what? I don't think so. He is just gonna hold his gun into the front line. Gatling gun already down as well. Was able to throw out a few missiles here and there,
Mhm.
but still it's gonna come through for James. No one is gonna get rooted. There is a war from LAKAN Esports in that bush, so anytime J4 or Wukong could visit.
Yeah, slight advantage for LAKAN Esports right here after getting the first blood, but let's see if they can use that onto the objectives. It is going to be Infernal Drake once again. Spicy stuff coming up. And the Rift Herald that spawns in the next 12 seconds of the game. I would say Infernal Drake for this one, for both teams, right?
Yeah, that is true. Oh, now if we're gonna talk about items, we already have the Roa being picked up by the Tenny, but that is gonna be the battle of the taunts here. And the CCs for Azar and even J4. Trevor
Mhm.
did show himself right in time for the first dragon and the repel to be up. Azar will be able to stun this Wukong, but looks like one hit. He's gonna focus on clearing out the wave yet again. J4 at the side, he does have Cataclysm, but I believe he is gonna save that in the next possible Rift Herald or Dragon Strike.
Yeah, I love this pick right here. Wukong onto the Baron lane. We thought it was going to be Jarvan Force going to be playing on the Baron lane. But yeah, Riven going up against the Wukong. Riven, you know, has a wombo combo, but Wukong can always go for the mischief. Rift Herald being started right here by LAKAN Esports. Team Secret is nowhere in sight. I guess they're going to be giving this for free as they march over to the Infernal Drake pit. But I guess LAKAN Esports can still go for the first turret right here, and they're just going to do so. This is bad for Team Secret. There it is. Rift Herald should come up. It should be dropped right here. Not yet, as LAKAN is going to clear this one up. Infernal Drake already taken by Team Secret.
Yeah, Team Secret was very much far from the Baron lane, so they decided to not summon the Rift Herald there. But the feathers was just too much for a little Corky to bear. Arda's flash and barrier used, and he just went back to his creator. On top of that, Team Secret will be able to get their second turret, well, the first turret rather, for the game, but first blood turret going over to LAKAN.
Yes, that is going to help them a lot onto the side of LAKAN Esports, getting the first turret gold right there. They're now marching on to the mid. Rift Herald is being summoned right here. LAKAN Esports, they want to make this a quick game, and they have a very good case to do so. Right here, Rift Herald is going to go for the charge. It's a fight.
Explosive Mine could you also have the quickness being used by LAKAN. Katas is being sent out as well. Now you have the Katagon coming through for this ISN, but Team Secret, they decided to just fall back, take down the Herald, and defend the turret. LAKAN, they decided to not press their chances, press their luck, and just rotate it over to the Dragon Lane side.
Yeah, they didn't like their odds right there, so they just back away, and that's a good decision right there. You don't really have to force things right now. There is going to be spicy things in the Dragon lane, but Chewy will ult out. It's gonna be okay. LAKAN Esports, I love the aggression at this point of the game. They're grouping up onto the mid. That mid turret is very juicy at this point, and they want to take this down. They try to brute force their way in, but their wave has just been cleared, so they back away.
See though, 6 minutes into the game, looks like Team Secret they're running this three champion hunting group. Mazar just placed ER into the Baron lane to check if ever J4 will use Cataclysm on him again. We did see that the first shot that went over to LAKAN. Dante is hiding into the bush, but I don't think he wants to pick a fight with him just yet. Triforce already available for Lee Sin, but compared to J4, Boy J, he is comparing this Lee Sin to J4. J4 is 1k full lead.
Yes, definitely. Jarvan 4 going for tanky items right here. Sunfire Aegis are already available. Azar is with Trevor in the area. Tonte will have to be careful right here. He does have the mischief and can always use the ultimate to get back away. So Tonte should be okay right here. If there is not going to be a perfect setup on the side of Team Secret. Mid turret taking a pounding right here from the waves, but that's going to be cleared right away. I feel like there's just one, the mid turret is just one satchel charge away from going down. But
Yes.
LAKAN Esports opt for a rotation right there, and I love that aggression. Let's see if they're going to be catching with someone here, and they are going to do so, and there's a fight.
Cameron jumping in was going to connect onto the knockoff. You have the Cataclysm being used, but there is no follow-up from LAKAN Esports. One ultimate already down, but James already used his skill. Katsuri still has Shockwave. Let's see if he'll be able to send it out. Boy, did jumping in. Flag
Uh-oh.
and drag. Mega Inferno Bomb. Now you have Arjuk using
Boom.
anti-me, and that Ticket Spike is going to connect onto one. Slows coming through. It will be the Satchel Charge finished off by in favor of Lakan.
Yes, Lakan Esports using their strength right now as a team. Their composition really is very strong when it comes to siege. You have the Braum to shield things out, but there's a fight at the top side.
Sounds currently on the Tante. He will just jump in with a Cyclone, but will it be enough? Looks like it won't be because the turret is gonna get taken
Big
down.
cast.
Knocked up. That's how you have Tante being stunned, being boxed in. Flag and drag for Boy J. Here comes the Dene. Here comes Arjuk. But Winter Spike is not gonna connect. Trevor Azar will be able to make it out of there alive.
Boy, Team Secret was lucky right there that Boy J didn't have the Cataclysm available because that was a sure pickup right there. Especially that Ziggs was part of the train that where they were trying to set up. But then again, Team Secret gets away with a turret at the top side, so that will even things out. In fact, they're already up in this gold with around 500, so that's not a lot at 9 minutes in. There is a setup right here by Team Secret, but they're sitting on a ward right here, so this is very good for Lakan Esports. Are they going to be punishing this? They're going to go for it as the dragon is being taken, and it's a fight, Nico.
Bomb being thrown out, but
Boom.
able to get Ocean Drake. Here comes the knockup coming in from James, but Aizen bantering his way in. James does get taken down. Now you have the orb taken by Boy J. Boy J is not healthy. Wukong is still pushed in the mid lane, but that is going to be the end of that skirmish. Team Secret being able to get that dragon gives up the life of their general. Here comes Chewy with the fighters. Here comes the knockup. You have the onto one. Arjuk being taken down by the side. You have the Cyclone coming in. Azar being able to isolate Dante, and now Lakan is going to fall back. That has been used. Valkyrie out. Jump in for Azar. You have the stun onto two, but it's not going to be enough.
Good response right here, but Team Secret, they already lost Hamas earlier in the fight, but Lakan stayed in the area, thought that they could get some more, but
They're
some
still
more
at it.
fight.
Yup, Azar jumping in yet again is
Whoa.
under turret stuns connecting on to two. He does not care. RJ was able to flash out, but Azar with the shield just right on time. Lakan being able to finish off the kill onto Boy J. And it's going to be a 2-0 in the favor of Team Secret.
Azar, my man, too much sauce right there. Hits a two-man stun, takes one down, almost takes another champion down. But he was already under the turret. He had to back away. But then again, Team Secret was here. Hammers for the cleanup, and they take 2-0 in that mid part of the map. And that is a win by Team Secret. And because of that, look at the gold. If you're Team Secret, you should be happy looking at a 4K gold lead.
I actually want to see how many gold lead does each player have up against their opponents. Right on cue. Thank you so much, production. So Azar has a 1K gold lead compared to Tante, which is why we saw that damage that he had in the early game. Oriana just finished picking up the Rabadon. So it's go time for Team Secret. I did mention earlier Boy J had 1K gold lead compared to Trevor, but now Lee Sin, he's fine. He's now the one in the lead. Starts connecting again on to Tante. Woohoo! Looks
Right.
like he's just forced to jump his way out of there. Run, monkey, run, but you're still being chased by Azar.
Yeah, Azar is just having the game of his life right now. I'm sure he is enjoying the fight at this point of the game as Team Secret goes for the mid, and that is a gunner. Team Secret destroys mid turret, even things out on the mid lane. They're now up 3-2 on the third count.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that they have two important dragons in their hand. And that's going to pay dividends, especially we're now at the doorstep of the late part of the game. Chewy is just going to take the red buff right here. I think they're going to be setting up for a kill later on. That should be the plan right here to open up the Baron for them.
It's go time for Sai and Drakon, honestly.
Right.
Um, I'm expecting Chewy to be safe at the back line to send him around, but you know who
Whoa.
is not safe? Dante. Because he is consistently harassed by Azar. Wherever he goes, whatever lane swap LAKAN Esports will have, Azar will just follow them, and he just picked up the Solari Charge Blade. But the other members of Team Secret looks like they're setting up for this Baron, unless they want to get a pickup.
Yeah, this is our split push really is taking its toll onto Lakan Esports. Lakan Esports went for a Wukong because they really want to go for a wombo combo lineup, but that Wukong, because of the gravity of Azar's pressure, has to respond onto that bottom lane or whichever lane Azar really pushes, and that negates the ability of Wukong really to do a lot of good setups. And that's good by Team Secret. Now they're setting up for a steal right here, maybe for a pick off for the Baron. They're just gonna start with the red buff, and I think this is gonna be spicy.
I mean, they could get the buff and then get a kill, but it looks like Team Secret now. We're good with the buff. I'm just gonna say goodbye now. Azar,
Azar?
very, very low though. Being chased by the Dene does flash, and you have the shield being used. He does use flash as well, and he's okay. He is pretty much immortal at this point, and now Team Secret will rotate over to the Dragon.
Azar just says, "Let me have this dance onto Lakan Esports." That was two champions going after him, but again, too much sauce from this boy, and Azar is gonna be okay. There is pressure building up onto the mid part of the map, headed towards the bottom because the Mountain Drake is available, and I think this is a fight.
Ooh, looks like Trevor predicted that Flag and Jag was able to dash his way out of there. Explosive Minefield has been laid out by the Dene as well. And now Lakan, they're struggling to look for a target in Team Secret because Team Secret, you don't know what they're gonna do. Are they gonna go with a pick-off? Are they gonna disengage? James though, with despite connecting, but it's okay. It's just the support.
Yes, and Lakan Esports will just have to back away. This is what's been happening in all of the games that we've been casting. Really, you really think it's Lakan Esports? Their build up right now, their team composition is really for team fight. Team Secret just doesn't go for team fight. Speaking of team fight, there's a fight.
Boy J biting too much, way more than he could chew. It is with a charm connecting, and he gets taken down, gets annihilated from the map. 4v5 if ever Lakan tries to pull a fight, but they won't. Instead, in exchange for their safety, they're gonna let Team Secret have first dibs on this Baron. They're alert to the side though. Conte saying hello, that is the Hamed. He's dealing a lot of damage. But then he no longer has Mega Inferno Bomb. He does have the mind, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Really focusing on the Baron. Here comes the knockout after knockout. We have the second being sent out as well. Azar being isolated, the blue team still being able to get that Baron. Now you have Dante being chased down. You have the shield being sent out by Arjuk. No one dies with Lakan, but the Baron still goes over.
Love that call from Team Secret. It looks kind of risky, but looking at the death timers earlier, Boy J did go down. So there is no jungler on the side of Lakan Esports to really contest that Baron take right there. And Team Secret just gladly took it away from Lakan Esports. Kind of forced right there, but they still come up. Not really a big fan of that call, but still they were able to pull it off. Now they have the Baron buff available. They're just they're just taking the buffs to really set them up for this push. Let's see what kind of damage they can do. It's like an esports. They will try their best to push away the waves, and they're gonna go back home for the defense.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's not gonna connect. James is just in charge of getting vision. And I actually want to see if he prioritize the third skill or did he focus on the second? Because if he prioritized the third skill, it just goes to show that he wants to focus on sustaining Chewy, sustaining the his team with the shields. But yeah, jumping back into the mid lane, Azar is alone into the Baron lane side, but we have the three other champions holding the mid lane. James at the front line. Tactical charge not gonna connect. Tatsuri still has the shockwave, by the way. And you have this 1-3-1 setup with Trevor at the Dragon lane side. What happened there? Azar still was able to flash his way out of there. He still has Ignite. Hamas the back line. And it looks like Team Secret will be able to get that win. Mega Inferno Bomb being used as well. Catholic is connected onto nothing. That's already the back line. Play Caller will be used. But Lakan Esports just used 2 or 3 of their important ultimates to nothing.
yeah. Azar at the top lane, 2v1, taking one down, and just gets out. Mama, there goes that man again. Azar setting up the pace for Team Secret right now, and they're in a position to take this turret, and they're gonna go for the fight.
And behind me, jump in, grand entrance, follow-up is there as well. But Lakan Esports, they are forced to just step back, get some of your left, and oh no, having ADC down in the last few minutes of the fight is not gonna spell well.